Welcome to this episode of Mercy Can't Stop Her. I am your host, Judith Kambia Obatusa, JKO. On today's episode, we will be looking at mechanisms for addressing stress-induced hormonal imbalances in women. But before we dive in, let's take a moment to thank our sponsor for this episode, Empowered Faith Tees, the Etsy shop that believes in empowering women to embrace their inner strength and resilience through wearable inspiration. Last week, we explored the hidden impact of stress on female hormones, particularly in difficult relationships, specifically in intimate partner abuse, where women are in difficult situations, but they are not able to leave due to one reason or the other. We learned how chronic stress from emotional abuse can disrupt hormonal balance, affecting the reproductive hormones like estrogen and progesterone, as well as stress hormones like cortisol. The effect on our estrogen and progesterone leads to health challenges like polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, irregular menstrual cycles, and fertility issues. Somebody close to me actually has PCOS. And when we looked at it and we discussed it together, we looked at how that started and when it started. And we could tie it into the stressful relationship she had. So that's the effect of stress on our estrogen and progesterone. Regarding cortisol, that is the hormone in our body that controls our mood, motivation, and fear. This hormone is also often called nature's built-in alarm system because it helps our body respond to stress. When we live in constant stress or too much stress, like intimate partner abuse, difficult intimate partner relationships, also known as domestic violence, our body stays in high alert, leading to conditions like high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes due to increased blood sugar, abdominal weight gain, memory problems, anxiety, depression, and many more challenges. As renowned endocrinologist Dr. Ana Rodriguez of blessed memory once said, the intricate dance of hormones in a woman's body is a delicate symphony. Stress can be the discordant tune, the discordant note that throws off the harmony. It's terrifying. But don't worry, my sisters, there is hope. We have the power to take charge of our well-being and restore hormonal harmony to our bodies. Today, we'll explore some effective stress management mechanisms that can help us navigate these life situations with grace while improving our hormonal balance. So, the first step in addressing stress-induced hormonal imbalances is acknowledging the stressors in our lives. So we can have stressors from our work, from our parenting situations, and that's could be an offshoot of our intimate partner relationships. Whatever relationship dynamics are a very high source of stress. And for the women who I'm talking to, my people, my sisters, women in those difficult relationships. So identifying what triggers stress allows us to create targeted solutions. It's very important to Identify what triggers stress. I don't know if you've heard me say this before. If you're new to Mexican Stopper, you may have, if you may not have heard me say this before. Listen to your heart, because your heart is your very own God-given GPS to guide you on the journey of life. So you take a moment with deep breathing and stay by yourself to think about the things that are creating rancor inside of you, that are disrupting the calmness inside of you, the stressors around you, and you identify them. That is our first step to getting the change that we need to address the hormonal imbalances we may be going through. Everything is not always medication. Lifestyle changes can make a whole lot of difference. And lifestyle changes includes the things we're about to talk about, stress management techniques, applying them. As we discussed in our April 20th episode with Jessica Carter, yoga teacher and nutrition coach, one powerful stress management tool is deep breathing. Taking a moment to focus on our breath can activate the body's relaxation response, calming our nerves and reducing stress hormone levels. Another thing that can help us reduce our stress levels is connecting with nature. This can actually work wonders for our well-being. A leisurely walk in the park or spending time in a serene natural setting like a walking trail, like just a field with lovely grass and trees all around. Just any serene natural setting can lower cortisol levels and promote hormonal balance. Citing a growing body of research on the health benefits of time in nature, doctors in Canada now prescribe free passes to Canada's national parks as part of PARX, PARX, Canada's first national nature prescription program. The program recommends about 2 hours a week in nature for at least 20 minutes at a time. So even doctors prescribing this. So we don't need to be told. Let's apply. Let's start doing this. Are you ready to wear your strength and resilience? Are you ready to wear reminders of your purpose? Then pay a visit to Empowered Faith Tees on Etsy. It's an Etsy shop that embraces the power of women through uplifting designs and meaningful affirmations. And if I may say, embraces the power of women and the men who love them. Whether it's a t-shirt or a hoodie, each piece from Empowered Faith Tees carries a powerful message of empowerment and faith. Use the exclusive discount code SheThrives23, SheThrives23, SheThrives23 at checkout to get 10% off your purchase. Show the world your strength, your faith, your purpose, your power with Empowered Faith Tees. Continuing our stress management journey, another effective approach is cultivating mindfulness and meditation. These practices can help us become more aware of our stress triggers and also help us develop a sense of calm and balance. Researchers at Harvard Medical School found that regular mindfulness practices reduce cortisol levels and increase brain activity associated with emotional regulation. Remember, cortisol is our stress hormone. When it's too high, we need it to be reduced, and that's where mindfulness comes in. Taking just a few minutes each day to center ourselves can make a significant difference in our hormonal health. Another thing that we can do is to engage in regular physical activity, for example, yoga or dance. This not only reduces stress, but also releases endorphins, the body's natural mood elevators. According to a study from the University of California, engaging in physical activities like yoga or dancing boosts the production of endorphins. Remember, endorphins are our body's natural mood elevators. Exercise not only produces endorphins, it also increases the body's production of oxytocin, the happy hormone. This hormone, oxytocin, has been shown to decrease stress and anxiety levels. Engaging in physical activities not only reduces stress, but it also promotes hormonal balance, leading to a greater sense of well being. As the famous dancer Martha Graham once said, the body says what words cannot. So, through movement and dance, we can express and release the stress that burdens our minds. Another way that we can reduce the stress in our lives and help to restore our hormonal balance is by nurturing social connections. This is an essential part of our stress management journey. So, spending time with friends and loved ones, sharing our experiences, and seeking support can buffer the effects of stress on our hormones. A report from the American Psychological Association suggests that individuals with strong social support systems tend to cope better with stress, leading to improved hormonal regulation and overall health. That's why I'm going to use this opportunity to invite you to join a Mexican Stopper Sisterhood, a place where we gather and share. So it's an open space, private but open to us, to those who are who sign in there. And you can ask any question, and the community will jump in to answer. And you can share any resource that has helped you so others can benefit from it. It's just a community to support one another. As the wise African proverbs says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So let's remember the power of leaning on our support systems during challenging times. In previous episodes, we've talked about how this is so important for the woman who is in an intimate partner relationship that is difficult or abusive. Remember, my sisters that are listening to me, managing stress is an ongoing journey, and it's essential, it's important, it is vital to find what works best for you. Empowered Faith Teas, our sponsors, reminds us that we have the strength within to face life's challenges head on. Just look through all we've shared, choose what works for you, and do it, and see how it improves your health and helps you manage the stress in your life. Next week, we will unpack the stress gods connection to find out how stress from intimate partner abuse, otherwise known as domestic violence, and its other tentacles like parenting challenges, community isolation, and all of that, how that stress impacts gut health in women. So women have gut problems, and sometimes it is because of that stress. As we wrap up today's episode, I encourage us to embrace these stress management mechanisms that we've shared here today and honor ourselves. Let us honor ourselves by embracing these techniques, these tips, and applying them. We deserve the care. So let's honor ourselves with it. Let's honor ourselves with the care we deserve. Please don't forget to share this episode with the phenomenal women in your life. Empowerment begins when we nurture our well being. By managing stress, we not only empower ourselves, we also restore hormonal harmony. When we do this, messy won't stop us. Thank you so much for listening. See you next time.